Good day, everyone. Pastor Dixon here, Chairman of the Charleston County Democrats. Praying that everyone's been having a wonderful weekend. This is Labor Day weekend. As far as I'm concerned, one of the greatest celebratory weekends of the year, where we honor our working class people, labor. Man, some people who a lot of times don't get the respect that's due to them, especially in a state like South Carolina. But before I talk about that, I want to thank everyone who participated this past week in the various town halls that we had. Man, it was a really busy week that we had, with Tuesday with Mac DeFord and his town hall over in Mount Pleasant. Also that same night was Positive Vibes Rajanae Smith's Gun Violence Prevention Town Hall in North Charleston. Wednesday we were at Morris Brown AME Church with State Representative Jermaine Johnson, and Thursday was both Mac DeFord and Sylvia Wright. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Tuesday with Mac DeFord is a Democratic candidate who's running for the 1st Congressional District seat here in South Carolina. Jermaine Johnson, Representative Jermaine Johnson, is in the midst of an exploratory committee, possibly to make a run for the governor's office in South Carolina, Democratic candidate, of course. And let's see, Sylvia Wright. Sylvia Wright is a Democratic candidate who is running for state superintendent of schools. Very important position. All of those seats are currently occupied by Republicans. The same people who for the last 22 years have literally given South Carolina the reputation that we are worst in everything that we should be best in, and best in everything that we should be worst in. A reputation nationally that has really brought shame and discredit to our state, but even more importantly, the good people of this state have literally suffered under the hand of the Republicans for the last 22 years, with them occupying both the House of Representatives, the Senate, and the governor's office for the last 22 years. Folks, it's time for a change. Again, thank you everyone who participated last week, and looking forward to more activities and things going on coming forward. Please, it's time for us to get up and get involved. And one of the ways to get involved is, as I said, this is Labor Day weekend, and tomorrow there is our Labor Day festivities, one of which is planned in Hanahan, right here, just north of North Charleston. There's an annual union event that's done at the CWA Hall on Yeamans Hall Rd. That's 1269 Yeamans Hall Rd. That's from 12 noon until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where there are displays and presenters and speakers, music, food, fun, everything, where our local unions come together to celebrate Labor Day. Labor Day, that day where our workers are celebrated. And so from 12 until 4 o'clock p.m., there's this event going on at the CWA Union Hall, and all are invited. That's 1269 Yeamans Hall Rd. But prior to that, our groups that are in the streets, our organizers who are in the streets, 5051, I believe Indivisible, all these other groups will be out in the streets in Hanahan also prior to the union event, starting from 10 o'clock a.m. until 12 o'clock noon. The flyer is on the Charleston County Democrats page, and I encourage everybody to come on out and let your voices be heard, especially seeing as how this is Labor Day. You know, here in South Carolina, again, run by the Republicans for the last 22 years, our poverty level is one of the highest in the nation. And it's because our Republican counterparts believe in slave wages. They believe in paying the hardest workers the least amount of money, while those who are at the top continue to profit the most off of that labor. This is a state where it's an at-will state. That means that they can terminate a person for whatever reason they want, without a reason, from a job. They can fire at will here in this state without any kind of cause. That means if you are, after 30 years of employment, one day away from your retirement, you can actually be fired from that job for no reason whatsoever. They don't like you, fired for no reason whatsoever. Racist boss, fired. As a black person or a person of color for no reason whatsoever, literally, don't have to tell you nothing. And you don't get any kind of unemployment compensation after that. So, and then the other side of that is South Carolina is anti-union, which tomorrow celebrating labor is all about celebrating unions. So their laws are in place. They preach. They hire union busters. They do everything they can to keep workers from organizing and having a collective voice so they can fight for themselves on the job. The same that was done in slavery. It's no different. It's New Age slavery. And for 22 years, again, it's one of the things, the Republican Party's position on this is what continues to perpetuate the slave mentality here, the slave master mentality here, that keeps people from actually being successful, keeps the minimum wage as minimum as possible. And that's got to stop. And the only way to stop it is for us as Democrats to organize and to mobilize and to make sure, one, right now in this crazy administration that we have in Washington, D.C., that we're making our voices heard, not only about immigration, not only about ICE, but in other areas where social injustices are taking place. And one is that we have a huge segment of South Carolina living in poverty when it really doesn't have to, but because our legislation has been locked up by the Republicans for the last 22 years, we can't move people into a more prosperous lifestyle. It's just that simple. While the cost of housing is going up, while food prices are going up, while education has been compromised at the public sector, and the Republicans are trying to privatize education, making it even more difficult for poor to get educations. We live in a state that does not care for the least of these or care about the least of these. And I don't care how many times they go to church, how they preface their name with Christian so-and-so, or even Reverend or Pastor. Okay, they don't live out the value system that they say they have. Instead, they live a counter value system, and they mask it with Christianese. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow, come on out, join us. We'll be at 1269 Yeamans Hall Rd in Hanahan, sign waving and street protest, making noise right around from 10 o'clock until noon. After that, come on by the CWA Hall, okay, and spend some time. Hear the great speakers, listen to some music, get some good food. Talk with other union workers out here, man, because that's really the backbone. And don't let anybody tell you that in South Carolina we don't have unions. We have loads of unions here in South Carolina. Loads of unions. I mean, let's look at the Longshoremen's Union that mans one of the biggest ports in the United States. Right here, we have unions here, so don't let anybody fool you into thinking that we don't. And the next time that we go at Boeing to organize Boeing, we're going to unionize Boeing. Believe that. For the workers. Ain't got nothing to do with none of us. It has to do for the workers and the quality of life that our workers deserve. So with that being said, thank you all for all of the support you've been. Stand by as far as our precinct work. We're going to be looking for precinct presidents throughout Charleston County. We got some voids that need to be filled in order for us to effectively get out the vote. And the way to get out the vote is at the block level, not sitting in no offices or whatever, but at the block level, having people in their communities that go out to reach other people in their communities. And we're going to be definitely putting that in place. Our office, the Charleston County Democrats office, will be having a grand opening very soon. All will be invited. Prayerfully, we will get all of our elected officials in Charleston County to come out that day and to say a few words, and also to talk and to hear from their constituents. something that we're going to do a lot more of as we move forward. But listen, it's the pastor, Pastor Dixon, chairman of the Charleston County Democrats, just here to say happy Labor Day. Have a safe weekend. And tomorrow, Monday, September 1st, Labor Day, please consider joining us in Hanahan on Yeamans Hall Rd. It'll probably run, the protest will run probably from Remount Road down Yeamans Hall Rd all the way at least as far as the CWA Hall at 1269 Yeamans Hall Rd. So come on out. We need you. We want you, and we'd love to see you. And with that said, I just want to wish you all a wonderful evening. Take care, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Peace.